You've seen this happen. A dog that loves everyone meets one person and immediately decides absolutely not. Not a full attack, nothing dramatic, just a hard stare, a stiff body, maybe a low growl from somewhere deep in the chest. The kind of growl that says, in very polite dog language, I don't trust this one. And then everyone in the room has the same thought. What does he know? Because here's the weird part. The person may look normal, sound normal, smile at the right time, say all the right things. They may be perfectly charming in the very expensive, socially optimized way humans have spent thousands of years getting good at. And the dog still isn't buying it. So can animals actually sense a bad human? The short answer is yes. The longer answer is that they probably aren't sensing evil in the supernatural movie villain sense people imagine. Your dog is not a furry priest. Your cat is not detecting sin. No horse has ever looked at a man and thought, narcissism. That's not what's happening. What animals are actually sensing is something older and, honestly, more useful. Tension, aggression, fear, instability, unpredictability. The little leaks in your body that happen before your mouth gets a chance to explain you. And some animals are incredibly good at reading those leaks, sometimes better than humans are, which is slightly embarrassing considering we invented psychology and they still managed to beat us to the conclusion by sniffing someone's knee for 3 seconds. Let's start with the obvious problem. What exactly is a bad human? Because animals do not have morality in the way humans do. They are not sorting people into categories like good citizen, poor communicator, tax fraud. Emotionally manipulative but technically charming. They are doing something much simpler. They are asking one question. Are you safe? That's it. Are you calm or unstable? Predictable or erratic? Gentle or forceful? Do you move like something that comforts or something that grabs? Do you smell normal, or does your body smell like stress, rage, panic, blood, alcohol, another predator, or the vet's office? That matters, because in the wild, reading another creature correctly is often the difference between surviving and not surviving. A prey animal that misses the signs of danger doesn't get a second try. A social animal that misreads aggression gets bitten, kicked, crushed, or chased out of the group. Animals are running threat assessments constantly. Humans do this too. We just bury it under words. Animals go straight to the data. And the data, in your case, is coming off you all the time. Start with dogs, because if any species has spent enough time studying human nonsense to get good at it, it's dogs. Dogs have lived around us for at least 15,000 years. Probably longer. Long enough to watch us hunt, fight, panic, celebrate, lie, raise children, start fires, and make truly baffling relationship decisions. At this point, reading humans is basically one of their oldest survival skills. One of the main ways they do it is smell. In 2018, researchers in Italy exposed dogs to human sweat collected during different emotional states. Fear, happiness, neutral conditions. The dogs never saw the people. They only got the smell. And the dogs reacted differently. When exposed to the odour of human fear, they became more stressed. Their heart rates changed. They were more likely to seek reassurance from their owners and less likely to approach strangers. Think about that for a second. A human gets scared. Their body chemistry shifts. Their sweat changes. A dog smells that chemical change and starts behaving differently before anything visible has even happened. No shouting, no violence, no obvious threat, just scent. The body told the truth first. And that matters, because bad humans often come with bad chemistry. Stress, anger, adrenaline, intoxication, volatility, fear, mixed with aggression. The dog is not smelling your hidden crimes. It's smelling your nervous system. And your nervous system is very bad at pretending. You can smile while you're angry. You can speak softly while staying dangerous. You can say, I'm totally relaxed while every muscle in your body is pulled tight like a wire. Your sweat does not care about the performance. Your dog notices. Immediately, but smell is only part of it. Dogs also read faces and voices, and they compare them. In 2016, researchers found that dogs could match human emotional expressions across sound and sight. Happy face with happy voice. angry face with angry voice. They noticed when the signals matched, and they noticed when they didn't. That means dogs are not just reacting to loudness or movement, they're building a picture. Your face says one thing, your tone says another, your posture says a third. The dog notices the mismatch, and mismatches matter, because safe creatures are usually readable. Dangerous creatures often aren't. A person whose body, smell, voice and movement don't line up is harder to predict. And harder to predict usually means riskier to approach. This is one reason animals sometimes react badly to people who insist they haven't done anything. Maybe they haven't. But maybe they're stiff. Maybe they smell like stress. Maybe they move too fast. Maybe they stare too hard. Maybe they're trying to look calm so aggressively that they end up looking like a hostage in their own skin. To another human, that registers as vague weirdness. To a dog, it's an entire weather system. Horses do something similar, and in some ways, they're even less forgiving. That makes sense. Horses are prey animals. Their entire evolutionary strategy is basically notice danger early or become lunch. So they are absurdly sensitive to tension. In 2016, a study showed that horses responded more negatively to angry human faces than to happy ones. Their heart rates rose. They showed a left eye bias, something many animals do when they're processing threats, which is remarkable, because the horse wasn't reacting to yelling or touching or rough handling, just a face. A face was enough. Again, not morality. Threat, a horse is not deciding whether you are a good person deep down. It's deciding whether your body looks like trouble. And if it does, the horse cares. A lot. Then you have animals like crows, which somehow take all of this and add organized resentment. At the University of Washington, researcher John Marsluff and his team ran a now famous experiment. People wearing a specific mask trapped and banded wild crows. Later, those same masks were worn in public without trapping any birds. The crows still attacked the mask. Years later, and not just the original crows, other crows started reacting too. The information spread. One bad human face entered the crow network and never really recovered. That tells you two things. First, some animals don't just sense danger, they remember it. Second, they can teach others who the danger is. That's not mystical, it's not magical, but it is a little chilling, because it means another species can build a reputation file on you, and if you end up on the wrong side of it, good luck. Elephants do their own version of this. In Kenya, researchers led by Karen McComb found that African elephants could distinguish between different human voices and react more strongly to the ones associated with greater danger. In some regions, Maasai men had historically posed more of a threat to elephants than other nearby groups. The elephants responded more defensively to Maasai male voices. Same species, same broad category. Human, different level of danger. The elephants knew, not because they sensed evil, because they learned patterns. Tone, experience, association, which humans were more likely to hurt them, and which were not. That may be the deepest truth in all of this. Animals don't need a moral theory of humanity. Pattern recognition is enough. But here's where people go too far. A dog barking at someone does not automatically mean the dog has unmasked a serial killer. Animals can get it wrong. A dog may dislike someone because they smell like another dog, or because they remind the dog of a person who was once rough with them, or because they're wearing boots, or because they're nervous, which makes them move strangely, which makes the dog suspicious, which makes them more nervous, which makes the dog even more suspicious. And now everyone is trapped in a feedback loop created entirely by vibes. Cats do this too, although with less interest in justifying themselves. A horse may react to your tension, not your character. A rescue dog may distrust men with hats because one man with a hat once hurt it. A crow may hate your face because it resembles another face that caused problems in 2012. Animals don't always know why they are reacting. They just know something feels wrong. So no, you should not end a relationship solely because your Labrador looked skeptical. That is giving your Labrador an amount of authority no democracy should ever allow. But you also shouldn't dismiss it completely, because animals often notice what humans talk themselves out of noticing. The force in a hand that looks gentle until it lands. The smile that never reaches the eyes. The voice that stays soft while the body stays hard. the impatience under the politeness, the abrupt movement before anger, the way someone touches when they assume they won't be stopped. Animals are watching the body while humans are busy listening to the story. And the body lies less, not never. Less so can animals sense a bad human? If by bad you mean morally rotten at the soul level, probably not. There is no evidence that your dog can detect tax fraud, quiet narcissism, or a man who says I'm just brutally honest right before saying something unbearable. But if by bad you mean dangerous, unstable, aggressive, predatory, or simply off in ways that living creatures have learned to fear, then yes, absolutely dogs can smell your stress. Horses can read your tension. Crows can remember your face. Elephants can learn which humans are trouble. And many animals can do what humans are often terrible at doing. They react to what is in front of them. Not to your excuses, not to your social mask, not to the very polished story you've built about yourself. Just the signals. And maybe that's why these moments feel so unsettling when they happen. The dog who hated the boyfriend, the horse that refused one rider and accepted another, the crows that never forgot, the animal that backed away from someone everyone else trusted. Because deep down, all of us want to believe that truth is visible somewhere. If not to us, then to something. Some creature not distracted by charm, status, language, or our endless human ability to explain away what we should have noticed the first time. Animals are not magical. But they are honest. And sometimes honesty looks like a growl. So the next time an animal distrusts someone, don't assume it has discovered evil. But don't assume it's imagining things either. It may just be reading a language you stopped noticing a long time ago. One written in scent, muscle tension, heart rate, eye contact, and the tiny involuntary movements that give us away before we ever speak. And if that makes you slightly uncomfortable, good. It probably should.